Hi there. I'm going to sing you a song called Out of My Dream. It's on the album, I'll call it, which is the CD called Traveller's Tales. And it's from quite a long time ago. I wrote it in 1980, and it was at the time when I was personally going through a change in life. It had become a disaster prior to 1980. I'm glad to tell you that things have got a lot better since, although it's not an easy ride. I don't think it is for anybody, this life. Even the Queen has horrible years, as she says in Latin. And I think we all do. I got involved with all sorts of drugs and difficult and interesting company. And I'd been traveling around the world for about 7 years, working here and there, working in the first world, dishwashing or whatever, working in foundries and stuff. And then I spent the money, hanging out in other parts of the world, beautiful parts of the world, like in Bali, in Southeast Asia, and various parts of India, and South America and North America, and a lot of amazing traveling, and Australia, of course, and New Zealand. And there's probably a few others that I've forgotten about now because I was fairly out of it in those days. So this song is called Out of My Dream because life can be like a dream, It's on Traveller's Tales, and you can see it and you can hear the other version, on the website at rocksongs.com. And so that was a clear point. I had to go into rehab. I went in for 10 months as a client, if you like, and then I stayed another 10 months as a junior staff member and just part of the team. It's a long story, but anyway, most of the guys I knew had love, LOVE or whatever it is, and then hate, and it was just like, for them it was an alternative to prison. For me, I still had a flat in Holland Park and a car, and all that kind of thing. So I hadn't, and for me it was voluntary. For a lot of the other guys, and it was a community of about 20, maybe 25, a lot of the other guys, it was an alternative to actually going to prison, and a lot of these guys had been in prison, and it was a real introduction to me to to a different side of life that and people that I hadn't really come into contact with before. So yeah, it was extraordinary. And since then, actually, I've always had a soft spot for people in that at that point in life, who at that background and everything else with it. In fact, I've still got friends who are still alive, amazingly, only just though. One of them got in touch with me last year, and on my birthday, how did he know that even? Sent me a card and said, want to be in touch and everything like that. And I remember that weekend I spent with you and your family, and I've never forgot. It was the best thing in my life. And I'm going, my God, the effect that you can have on somebody without really realizing it. And I am such a bad mentor because I may be a Christian. I became a Christian in '79, but I remain a sinful man and flawed in character. I have a lot of good points, I'm sure. I mean, Juliet married me, which is not a bad catch in my view, and so there's a lot. I'm not putting myself down, but I am saying that I am shocked by the inequalities of this life, and I don't know the answer. I just don't know the answer. I've been volunteering in my local jail, which is Wormwood Scrubs, trying to help the chaplaincy since I became a Christian. I figured that was a ministry that I felt drawn into. I helped with the Sunday services and the Alpha course, because I used to go to Holy Trinity Brompton, who kind of originated that thing, and it's a great course. Please take it. If you want to find out who Jesus is, and in fact who you are, and what God's love is, and whether there is a God or not. I mean, go on the Alpha course, and even as an atheist, go on it and question them and see what's happening. It's great. Seen several lives, many lives actually, over the last 20 years turned around through that, and I've also seen a lot of people just walk straight on to hell. So I can't explain that either. All I do know is that the Lord knows those who are His, and they hear His voice. He's the shepherd, and you kind of go, that's my shepherd. Enough rabbiting. I think it's out of tune, but normally my guitar's out of tune. I hope in heaven guitars will always be in tune. And now I'm coming out of my dream. The clouds are lifting from everything. Oh yeah. I was feeling so low, letting it show. I'm taking advice about which way to go. Facing the truth, it really seems hard. Do you really love me? Do you really care? Are you really there? Really there? I need to know you're really there. Please replace this heart of stone and be there. My world was crazy, crazy and mad. And now I've got the best chance I've had. Oh yeah. And you know I need help, but it's hard to let you in. I know I've been wrong, yeah, but my pride wants to win. I'm facing the truth, it really seems hard. Do you really love me? Yeah. Do you really care? Are you really there? Really there, oh Lord, I need you to be there. So reveal your love to me and be there. Yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, hey, calling down. Hey, hey, oh yeah. I've been a head man, cold was my heart. It's time to change, make a new start. Oh yeah. Oh no, I've lost got it again. All of my life I've just thought of myself, but now I see you, yeah, that you also need help, yeah. But facing the truth, it really seems hard. Do you really love? Do you really love me? Do you really care? Are you really there? Really there, oh Lord, I need you to be there. Oh, I cannot love without you, so be there, yeah. There has to be no doubt about you. Be there, yeah. Only you can give life meaning, so be there. I want a good long life of loving, so be there. Kind of one of my favorite endings. Yeah, it's an emotional tune, and I'm kind of, you put yourself out with that kind of thing. But hey, I've got nothing to be ashamed of, and nor do you. We are who we are. God said, I am who I am. He knew what he was talking about, and I am who I am too. I follow him, and because he knows me, he's my shepherd. So I hope you haven't had to sink down to the depths like that. And but even my testimony is that even though I sank down and I blew a lot of opportunities, and I've had such I should have probably been running ICI or the government by now, but I'm not really interested in that kind of thing. Although with the government in such a state of disarray these days, it has crossed my mind to put my hand up and say, hold on a minute, let's just love one another. Anyway, listen, God bless you, and I don't want to get too serious. Lots of love. The main thing is Jesus. He's my Savior. I recommend him.